Also, hi everybody.
Oh, hi.
And welcome to ExacerDebaters, to our friends on YouTube, as well as over on Volume. Hi, Adele. I like your little rockin' out cat.
Ah, hello.
Rocking out cat.
Oh, you can do
Is that
like,
Vince McMahon? He looks real weird when you can't see his fucking hair.
you can do gifts in the chat there.
You sure can, Gert.
That's-
Whoa.
Well, how about that volume?
Ah,
Sorry.
never mind. Oh, it's fine.
That was only for Cucumber to see. I'm gonna fix your chroma just a little bit. There we go. Your cheeks are now nice and full.
Thank you. Oh, Adele, thank
you
you
go.
for the tip. Thank you for the
Oh,
5 amps.
thank
That's very kind of you.
you.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this is ExacerDebaters, everybody, where we basically just yell about a bunch of nerd shit. You vote on it, and then you determine a winner. Look at my trophy. That means I won last time. This is the we had a Beetlejuice-themed debate 2 weeks ago.
Indeed.
2 weeks.
And so I chose that as my trophy, the sculpture from the movie.
The movie?
The movie.
The Mopey.
Good movie.
Ah, Emma likes your lipstick, Connie.
Yay, thank
What
you.
about my lipstick?
I mean,
Gert.
I didn't know you even
Oh,
had
hey,
lips.
we're not on Twitch. Shut up.
We're not on Twitch.
We're on
What?
Also, for those of you joining us over here on Volume, make sure you follow us over on Twitch and YouTube, because we have shows that kind of exist in any of those places individually as well.
And Partner Push.
Huh, who?
Partner
Partner
Push
Push?
still on Twitch.
Oh, Partner Push!
Partner
Yeah, we're
Push.
still in the middle of our Partner Push on Twitch. So later tonight, we have a show called Trash Your Piece Theater, which is where we take a bunch of old radio plays, and you all can make us look like a bunch of jackasses. So please come and join us at 7:30 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Perception Studio for Trash Your Piece Theater. Ah!
Trash Your Piece
Trash
Theater.
No.
Hey, Cindy the Yummy Geek. Thanks for joining the crowd. How's it going? I like your name.
All right.
I like the cut of your jib.
Very nice. Well, this is ExacerDebaters, where we are given a topic each week, and then we present questions, we propose champions for them all,
It's so sudden.
Blech.
and we go around, we present why our champion should win that round, and then you all in the chat get to vote who should be the winner of that round. And then at the very end of the day, we have best 2 out of 3, or however many it takes to declare an actual winner. And they
We will actually filibuster. This stream may never end.
Oh my god, don't
Never.
you dare. You would, Cucumber.
you.
I definitely would. I would totally Mr. Smith this shit.
But yeah, so you all get to vote on a straw poll that will drop in the chats when the time is right.
Yes, the straw poll will be in the YouTube chat, but I will be monitoring all of the chat over on Volume. So don't feel like y'all aren't participating. You can still vote over there. We'll assign a number or a name or something, and I'll keep track. I'll let you guys know.
Could they not also be doing the straw poll?
I mean, I can drop it in.
Oh yeah, it's just
Yeah,
a link,
just copy
huh?
paste the link.
Yeah,
It's
never
just a
mind.
link. Yeah.
Never mind, girl.
The future.
We got
The
you.
future.
It
No,
is the
no,
future.
no.
I don't know how things work.
How does
I was
technology
thinking
work?
of the
I'm still on
Twitch chat
dial.
where it's like built in and shit. I forget.
Mm.
I forget.
No.
Some people might.
Yeah. It is true. It is true. Well.
Oh, look at that young rock. Hi, young rock.
Oh. I have-
Young Rock. Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't.
Young rock.
we have our first question of the day, which
Yeah.
will be.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one?
What
Which one?
There we go.
Spider-Man villain deserves a standalone movie?
Hey, I know that guy.
Yep.
I used to work with that guy. The guy down there. Not kidding.
Yep.
Not kidding. Meow.
No.
Not kidding.
Not kidding.
Not kidding around.
Not kidding around.
You've got to be kidding me.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so we have for Corey, Mr. Negative. We have for Cucumber, Kurt Connors. For me, I have Mr. No, not the Sandman. Yeah, not
Mr. Sandman!
Bum, bum, bum,
Got
bum,
the
bum.
Bring me a
dream!
Not that
So
one.
glad everyone knows the words. Well done.
It's
Well done.
I've ever seen. Give us your lips like roses and clover. Anyway.
Then I have Alicia Hardy.
Yo, we should go back and do some singing shit here on volume since it is actually like musical based, and I think we're taking advantage of a platform that's not really for us. But we can do it. We can have a good time.
What? Nah.
We should do like karaoke nights on volume.
I'm down to sing horribly.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
We'll get wrecked by the real musicians on volume, but let's do it. We're cute. Let's just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cindy says it's for everyone. Oh, that's good.
Aw.
We're everyone.
Aw.
Hey, we're in, guys.
Hey.
What?
Sweet.
Perfect. We're in. All right. So, let's see. Corey, you got a ready for us? You good to go?
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
And go for it.
Here's my argument. It's not a strong one. Bear with me. Okay, so I don't know a lot of Spider-Man villains. It's not a franchise that I know really, really well. So I kind of just looked up, what are these options? I looked at like the basic kind of descriptions of a lot of different villains and ones that we've seen, in movies and stuff like that. And Mr. Negative was just really interesting. He's the leader of the inner demons, and he can harness negative energy. He also has like mind control. He's really interesting. He was also depicted as having multiple personalities that we didn't know for a while if they knew about each other, and then it was revealed that the two did know about each other. And so I just think it would be really interesting I think he would be an interesting villain to explore more. It's a different, conglomeration, right? So he's the leader of that conglomeration. To explore that and his different kind of mental abilities is always a fun, attention grabber. We can fill out a whole movie.
We honk when we're out of time, for those of you new to the show. Hi, Chris Reed Brown. Thanks for joining the crowd.
Hello.
Hello?
All right. Let's go cucumber.
Okay.
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 Oh, there it is. I'm thinking of, so we're talking about duality. That's going to come up a lot, I think, with a good villain, right? There's lots of good qualities to these otherwise seemingly bad people, and I think Dr. Kurt Connors is not even remotely a bad person. He's very much a Jekyll and Hyde story, so I feel like that plot alone can carry the entirety of a film. He's also a scientist trying to solve problems for people who are missing limbs. He's trying to regrow them for people, but he is haunted by this lizard alter ego that happens while he's in a lab. So I think that he is he's a great person. He's a mentor. He's brilliant. He's super smart. Very kind soul. But, not only is he the monster, right? Spider-Man in his film would be just another obstacle to him doing good and him taking care of his family and making sure that everyone's fed and the rent is paid for and all that stuff, right? So it paints him in a different light. Hey, thanks for the follow, Chris Reed Brown. I think Dr. Kurt Connors has stood the test of time as one of the better Spider-Man villains in general, just for those reasons.
Honk!
I budgeted my time, Corey. I was done.
All right. Here I go. Oh.
There's just a little bit of life left in him. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It's been that way for a while. Schmutz on my face.
Oh no.
Oh no, schmutz, not
Well,
schmutz.
you can take care of that while I do my argument.
There you
All
go.
right. So, I chose Sandman, originally named William Baker. He wasn't known as Flint Marko or the Sandman until much later on in his life and his career. And I think it would be an interesting take to do the overarch of how he fell into his life of crime, and where he met his father inside of Riker prison, and went through all these different steps where he became Flint Marko, and a kind of a redeeming story all the way through till the end, because he has everything was basically against him throughout his entire life, and he just fell into crime. He fell into everything that happened to him, and it was just all a comedy, not comedy, but a tragedy of errors or something.
I saw where you're going, but I had to let it happen. And
Tragedy of errors. So a
Oh,
tragedy.
nice.
So a
So
tragedy.
Yeah.
It's dark. It's like it's gonna be like a Shawshank Redemption kind of film.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know.
Bah, bah, bah.
Anyway, Connie.
Okay.
There we go.
Instead of going the tragic route, how about we have a different perspective of from Felicia Hardy? So you get the whole kind of like, we all know the origin story of Spider-Man, and it's been done to death, and we know like how he gets his powers and all that, and all these stories follow Peter Parker. Do it from the opposite side of Black Cat, where you see her growing up and then how she turns into a life of crime and becomes this world-renowned cat burglar. But you can then see the dynamics with her interacting with Peter Parker, because she's only in love with Spider-Man. She's not in love with Peter Parker. So it'd be interesting to see how those mechanics would work out. Plus, she's the only other female, like, I don't want to say superhero, but that is kind of like his antithesis, and she becomes more of an anti-hero, and then she starts just kind of walking the line of, like, you know, moral ambiguity instead of being a straight supervillain.
Okay.
Yeah.
And our 5-minute timer.
You mean
Please
a
go.
cat-themed jewel thief?
Like
Never heard of that before.
Selena
Yeah.
Kyle?
But see,
Huh.
that hasn't been done before in the Marvel Universe, so it'd be refreshing to see a female kind of sort of villain that then could become not a villain, working in with the Marvel Universe versus Batman.
I like Black Cat, and I think her movie would be entertaining, but I think it would be very surface level, so it'd be like a heist movie. Like, if this were like, if you were to equate like Marvel Cinematic Universe to Star Wars Cinematic Universe, the Black Cat movie would be Solo, which will get very mixed reviews. I don't know how attached people are going to get to it. Listen, volume, everybody calm the fuck down with Black Cat, all right? I just breathe for a second. I think it just depends what you're after, right? I think all four of these are pretty interesting. I like all of these villains. I love Spider-Man characters a lot, like a lot, a lot.
So I totally forgot, but I'm gonna take it now. So the big thing is that Mr. Negative, he created the Feast homeless shelter. So like he does good, but he also
He's a
is like
philanthropist, but also a monster.
Yeah.
right. So like he's good, but he's also really bad. And so like it might be a little bit too poignant in today's day. It depends on if we want like art that reflects the current day, or if we want escapism.
Well, I think that's actually why he's such an apt character currently, to be honest. Like, he is that, right? He's the perfect example of that. And I think Mr. Negative is fascinating.
Which is almost why yours, Cucumber, is like the almost a little bit of the same coin, other side, where it's like, well, he's a good guy doing bad, where it's Mr. Negative's a bad guy doing good. A little bit.
Well, until he goes
with his
crazy
dual
and then he becomes an
personalities,
actual
both
lizard.
are just true for him, right? So
Right,
the
right,
good
but
him is
each
doing good, the bad
personality
him is doing bad,
know.
which also is just like this dude right here. Yep, right here. This is Dr. Kurt Connors. Although this is my least favorite version of Kurt Connors. I'd have gone 90s cartoon Spider-Man.
There was no good pictures of him.
The lizard? You're shitting me.
Well,
The lizard.
I was going for Dr.
shitting
Connors,
me.
not the lizard man.
The lizard.
He's still got a lab coat. That's
Well,
fine. Listen, the
all right.
Sandman is defeated by a goddamn vacuum. So,
Like, who's good at to be
Spider-Man
defeated?
Just sucked him into Hoover.
This
Game
is like-
over, man.
His movie would end when he gets his powers. That's where I'm thinking.
origin
Oh.
story, eh?
Okay.
But is it just kind of a sad look into like is it very much like Joker? Like I don't like origin stories where it's just like, oh, we're just watching the like someone fall into darkness. I don't want any more of those movies. It's just so like.
Well, okay, then it could be one of those where he's like, it shows you like brief glimpses of like flashbacks and stuff throughout his life and all these like things that went on, but then he maybe like this is just after he met the Fantastic Four and the Thing has convinced him to become a good guy. And like he's dealing with the fact that he used to do these things and he's trying to be the anti-hero now. So that might work out for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he ever
I
become
mean-
a member of like a group? Does he ever become a member of a group or anything?
He was
Sinister
the part of the
Six, right?
Sinister Six, yeah, like
But-
the biggest group of douchebags in the Spider-Man universe. Yeah,
But
I mean,
Collection
granted,
of
I think the
douchebags.
Lizard was in it too for a bit. So
yeah,
Yeah, same with Mr. Negative. Yeah.
he
Oh, was
Not
he?
Black Cat. They're doing her own thing. So if you want
Yeah.
like a sort of frivolous kind of action movie, kind of disassociate your brain, and it's just more about like her doing crazy, Olympic style like parkour athletics and like that kind of thing. I think you'll have a better time with Black Cat.
But right
Everybody
now,
else
would
is a
that
little
be
too
handled
serious.
well? Would that be handled right now with like the people making movies right now, or would it just be like like I don't know.
putting Holly
depends
Berry
on the
back in
filmmaker. I think you're
Catwoman
talking about
outfit.
like whether it's empowerment or whether it's drooling.
It would need to be in the right
yeah.
hands. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
And it would need to be done
absolutely
correctly.
depends on the director, right? Because if you
Yeah.
look at like
Yeah.
Wonder Woman the movie versus Wonder Woman in Justice League, it's very different approaches. to-
Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Ah.
Do not hand
So
it
we
to
just
Zack
get Patty
Snyder.
Jenkins.
Oh
do it.
shit! Mr. Shadow says Shocker movie thoughts. I'd watch the fuck out of that. I love Shocker. Guys, I miss comics. I haven't bought comics in too long.
Well, I think we've presented our arguments in there. I will put the
Alright.
question in the chat. Is that
You
one
put
it?
the
That's
poll
it.
in the chat.
I put the poll in the
The
chat.
poll in the chat.
There you go.
Put the
Yes.
Did you put it in the
Question
other
in the
one,
chat.
Joe?
I don't. Will I kick you out of it?
No, I'll do it. I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got
Do
it.
ya?
All
Do ya,
right,
do ya, do
volume
ya?
kids. The straw poll is coming. You have a little bit less time to do it.
Closed.
I will
Oh.
start the time now.
All right, there's the link. Hey, guess what? Links don't work in volume, so give them another couple seconds.
Aw.
Well, yeah, so that's the link to the straw
Dang.
poll, so y'all can vote over at volume. So thank you very much. And also, Jimmy Sussman, I missed you. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out.
Hello.
He's probably
So
gone.
far, three votes
Whoa,
for
Cindy,
Black
thank you for the
Cat,
amps.
1 vote for Dr. Connors.
Whoa.
And then I didn't even get to talk about how she's the only female character that Spider-Man goes against. Everybody else is male.
Huh.
All the villains
That
that he's ever
was-
gone against are male.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
like a very
Carnage,
broad statement.
Venom, Green Goblin.
There's a lot
like,
of them.
There's like a lady
lot of the
Venom
big
and a
ones.
lady Carnage. There's
Okay, so lady versions of guy characters. I don't want your old toy that you're done with, and I painted it pink. I want my own
Thank you.
fucking toy.
Thank you, Corey.
I'm just saying, that's how Carnage and Venom work. They just go on other people. It's like
Then why do you-
it's like a fucking pair of pants. Like
I know, but then it's like you get the second generation of it, and then it's not quite as good. So it's like just a weird, awkward version. No, this is like an original character that was designed female, and you get finally some
I-
female representation in the
I-
Spider-Man
I'm
universe.
not fighting on representation. I just feel like it's a broad brush to say there are no other
There is.
Spider-Man
There
villains.
are-
There's gotta be.
It is
There's gotta
a
be.
shocking majority.
Oh, for
There's-
sure. For
Yeah.
sure.
Shocking majority.
Well, and especially the ones that have been focused on in the past.
Okay.
There's been no ladies so far. I'm like, come on, let's go, chop chop. We're just as bad as you guys are.
That's right.
That's right. We're all bad. Yay.
Everything is terrible.
Also, thank you, volume folks, for those amps.
Yeah, thank you for the amps. I don't know what that means yet, but thank you very much.
Yeah, like
We should probably
average.
attach
Does
a bank account
does-
to it or something.
Is it
I
like
don't know.
caffeine? Do we get like charged up? Is it
That'd be
just-
nice.
does amperage or is it the amps or the volts that'll kill you? Right? Is it amperage or volts?
Amperage. Voltage.
Amperage.
you can-
Amperage.
Yeah.
Amperage.
But wouldn't the right
yeah.
voltage also kill you?
No.
Yeah.
No?
Really?
Mm.
It's like 1 billion
No,
volts won't kill you.
Like, you can get,
I can
like,
go
you can-
touch my
you
fridge
can-
bulb and be
Like if I
okay.
just
Got
lick
it.
the very face of God.
Because he
It's
has a
not
lot
the
of
volts,
volts.
it's the amps.
Because we
The
all
amps-
know that the face of God has a ton of volts, right?
Well, he'd be very electricious, I think. I think he'd have quite the charge on him.
the like so the amount of current is basically like the how much flow of electricity is happening. So
Right.
you could lick a
Go on.
You're giving him ideas, Ryan.
a 200 volt circuit if it was like a few milliamps, because that's really not a lot hitting you. But if you
okay, so like the volt. So like the voltage is like what it can take, but the amperage is what's actually in it. Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Kinda.
So it's like if I had a bowl, it could only have 16 ounces, but I only put like an ounce in it. It's not very wet. Is this what we're talking about? But with electricity?
Kinda.
So I don't think that's the right
Listen,
metaphor.
Think of it more.
I don't think
Think of it more like
conduit, but okay.
I'm a goddamn entertainer.
Anyway, we're not here to learn things today.
Black Cat
We're here to
won,
argue
woo!
about nerd shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd still. See, here's the thing. I would watch all these movies, so I'm not mad about losing this one. Black Cat's dope. Mr. Negative's dope, and he's actually getting some love pretty soon. In
Really?
animated or video game format, Mr. Negative is coming back.
Oh.
I didn't know that. Cool.
Actually, that fella right there just posted on his Instagram that he's voicing Shang-Chi and Mr. Negative in the same spot, which is cool.
Nice. Nice.
Cool.
Sweet. All right. So our next question.
Hey, thanks for the
Thanks for
follow,
the
Jimmy
follow.
Sussman.
Yeah.
All right, so-
Super sus.
All right, don't hate me, kids, because I love them too.
But I mean.
Who is the most overrated hero? We're coming out swinging at the big guns, and I was kind of...
Bitch down here.
Just gonna sit on down.
So Corey's got Batman, obviously. Cucumber has Deadpool. I have Cyclops, and Connie has Superman.
I think
No
before we
one's
all get
happy about
started,
Okay.
yeah, no. I think before we all get started, I think we can all agree that these are all pretty overrated, right? No.
The
I have opinions for two of them, but I'll save them for the final fight.
Okay.
yeah,
okay,
because we have that 5-minute open argument we can beat each other
okay.
with.
Cindy, I love him too. I preface with I love him too. I love him too.
I do not love the character I'm representing, so I think we're okay.
Yeah, fuck him.
I
Fuck
think
that guy.
me and Ryan are gonna have a little easier time because we both have a disdain for our characters.
Yeah. Connie, I used to feel the same way you did.
Oh,
I could present you with some wonderful reading material that might change your heart. Because it did for me.
Oh,
Because
no.
listen, I was the biggest fuck Superman. And then I read these like, oh my god.
I think I'll sit in my hatred lane of Superman for a while. So
You just let me know. I'll hook it up.
okay,
If she puts her blinker on, you'll know.
yeah, I'll let you know when I start to change lanes.
Just click your Superman watch or whatever. Amazing special.
I'll throw up the Superman signal.
All right. So let us go one over and start with Cucumber.
Well, I'm one over.
You are.
Oh yeah, I want to
Okay.
hear this one.
I went over.
All right.
All right.
And go for it.
The problem with Deadpool is not how he's written. It has nothing to do with the character. I actually think he's brilliant. He is a great representation of just like intelligence, humor. He's great pansexual representation. He is just a super fucking interesting dude. He's very, very funny. I love the way that he enters and has conversations with his editor's box. Like, the way that they paint his psychosis in the comics, super, super fun, right? But here's the problem, is people idolize this asshole for the wrong reasons, and it's the fan base for Deadpool that make me hate Deadpool now. So, like, you go to a convention, the people who are committing the most assault to other cosplayers are always dressed as Deadpool. They always say the shittiest things. They do the shittiest things because the problem is they don't have the same intelligence as the writers who created this character, but they think they're so fucking clever, and they make other people's lives miserable. Which, again, is not a fault of the character himself, currently. However, I also think that it's fun. It's a romp, but it's not the same thing as, he's not everlasting. I don't think he's going to be evergreen as much as I love him.
Hi.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
All right. Well, that means that I am next. All right. So, I am choosing Cyclops basically for the fact that he, being the leader of the X-Men, he doesn't really stand up to what I would want as like the characteristics of a good leader. He just seems to be like put in place, and he kind of is a jerk to most of his team. Like he doesn't really like if you were to compare him to like Captain America leading a team, he does not give you the same like Avengers leadership of mentality that you would want someone leading you. He kind of just like expects you to do. He's very blunt. He just what?
Nothing. Go on. You have time.
Yeah, I'm saving this for my 5 too.
All right.
Just Jesse's comments, my favorite.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. There's a few times that he did some things in the comic. Oh, I'm out of time.
Sorry. Jesse's comment was Cyclops isn't overrated. He's just the worst.
Oh, well.
And Reed says not overrated because no one likes him. That's how I feel about it too. I was surprised to see him on here.
Oh no.
Scott Summers sucks.
I have an argument for you, Ryan. I'll save it for 5 minutes. I'll give you an argument.
Thank you.
That one.
All right, Connie. Why is Superman so overrated?
Oh dear God. Okay, I'm gonna need more than a minute. No. Okay, Superman is so overrated and he's so overpowered. There's literally nothing he can't do. He flies around the Earth to reverse the polarity and the spin of the planet. Like, he's just an overjuiced himbo, and I can't stand it. And it's just, I mean, I feel like there really is no depth to it other than he was a kid that grew up in the, like, South, in the Midwest on a farm, but then that's not really interesting. There's no, like, there's no dimension to him. He's just so one-dimensional, so one-note, and it's like, you've seen one Superman movie, you've seen them all. Same thing with the comic book, because you know that he's gonna come out ahead every single time, because he's not using his super intellect, he's just using his brute strength. And powers.
Honk you, ma'am! Honk you, madam! Here's the thing, I never thought I'd have to feel like I was gonna defend Superman, but I gotta fucking do it. Shit.
All right. And one more before we start all ripping each other apart.
Oh, here we go.
All right, Corey. Go for it.
Batman. All right. He is overrated. Batman. All right. We've gotten his origin story for fucking ever. They won't ever move the fuck on. Like, it's just, we've had so many movies. Yes, he was like the first. He was the first kind of going in of like the superhero movies that we got, and so we were like, cool, and like, let's do it again and again and again. Like, dear God, move on. Like, they bring nothing else interesting. He's fighting new villains, but they're not bringing like anything extra into it. He doesn't exemplify himself as a really good detective in the movies. Like, they're not going into like the whole like adopting all the Robins. They don't go into like the intense like why he creates, like, there's so much interesting things about Batman that they could be going into, and they just leave it out, and they're just like, yeah, he goes and hits the villains and he gets the girl. We like that, right? We're just gonna do it over and over and over again.
Fuck, I'm so angry. All right, let's go.
All right, be angry. Be angry.
I'm gonna fight you, Corey.
All right, so first of all, Superman has plenty of weaknesses, which just tells me you haven't read enough Superman comics.
Oh,
he's weak
rock.
against magic. He's weak against Kryptonite, obviously, but he's also easily outthought and outmaneuvered. He's not a skilled fighter. He's a strong person. And those are two very different things. So someone who is better trained than him...
he always comes out on top all the time.
No, he fucking doesn't. Again, read some comics, guys. Just fucking pick a couple up. We'll have a great conversation. Jack, fuck. Read Kingdom Come and come back and give me shit, all right? As far as Batman goes, I half agree with you. It's true. Current cinematic and like from the 80s onward, film has not handled Batman well. This is true. But we're talking about comic books. Right? We're talking about overrated characters.
We're talking about superheroes.
Right, so you're talking about the general paintbrush of Batman, and you're saying, yes, the movies have only tackled this, but we're not just talking about movies. We're talking about the entire zeitgeist presence
overrated.
of Batman.
I've seen so much of it. I've seen
all the things you say they don't explore, they do.
They do in the
comics, yes.
Right,
Yeah,
and cartoons, animated films, feature length, all that stuff. Like, all the series. Actually, some of the best Batman stuff to see what he really is and who he's really, like, what he's really made of is, like, the end of Justice League Unlimited, right? You go watch Ace, the two-parter. You want to fucking cry your heart out? Watch that. Batman is so much more than the films. And you mentioned him not being seen as a detective. Pick up Detective comics. That's what they're for. And also, the newest Batman film, the one that's coming out, is also going to focus on him as the world's greatest detective. That's
because
the
they haven't. That's why they're doing it now, because they haven't.
Yeah, but they're doing it.
Because we've seen.
Reed has a good point here. Oversaturation.
So much.
Oversaturation does not mean overhyped.
This is true.
He is overrated. I've seen him too much. I've seen, no, he's overrated. Like, I've already seen it. I want new characters. I've seen him. I've done it.
So then that can kind of be good for Deadpool too, where it's been oversaturated and just like in the cosplay community, it's just been beaten to death, and it's like we're just completely over it. But the character in the comic book is so dynamic; it's so fun to read.
Yes.
But just
sounds like you're also talking about Superman a little bit, Connie. So Superman, at his core, is one of the greatest immigrant stories, right? So he comes to Earth, he's not one of us. He tries to protect us, he's not welcomed. His biggest adversary is someone who just thinks he should go the fuck home, right? And that's where the Superman stories for me get very, very interesting. And why he is an excellent character. Because he has the power to fucking force and fix shit if he wanted to, and he doesn't do it. It's restraint. His story is the story of restraint. Not necessarily, I am this golden god, fear me and love me. It is very much like, hey, I know better because I was raised right, and I've learned.
But I mean, if you're reading a comic book story, you're already in it for the kind of outlandish, kind of big things. You don't want to read about like, oh, I'm still holding myself back because I have,
but that's why you have characters like Darkseid, where he cuts loose, and he's like, I've been holding myself back forever, and now I can beat the shit out of you. There's a time and a place. See, that's the great thing about the characters who've been around longer is you have an opportunity to explore every facet of them, right? Which I think is true, actually, of all of these characters. We've seen everything there is to see. So we're talking about overhyped, again, not oversaturation. And I think that we have the most well-rounded stories surrounding Batman and Superman. Cyclops, but, he's just a dick.
Yeah.
Deadpool, however, he doesn't often get depth. And I think that's why, to me, he's overhyped. He is the least
He gets a lot of depth
three-dimensional
in the comics. He gets a lot of depth in the comics. He gets a lot of depth in, like, he's gotten, like, video games, like, the parts where, like, he goes and kills his own writers. No, he goes in and kills his own writer. It gets very dark. He's absolutely in love with death and can never be with her for long. Like, it's this horrible, tragic love story. He has depth. And like when he's constantly like breaking the fourth wall, it is so interesting. Like I think that again with the movies, people and with obviously the fans, like you get this surface level like asshole where it's like no, like he is absolutely brilliant. There is depth there. He's insane, unfortunately, but he's plagued by that insanity. He doesn't he's plagued by his own insanity, and that's very interesting. But we don't get that again from like. Movies.
Yeah. And I didn't know Superman lost to Harley. So,
I guess. Connie, have you read Kingdom Come? This isn't even an argument. I just want to know.
No.
No. Because that was one of the first books that started turning me around on Superman. There's that one, and then the All-Star Superman where he's dying. Those two stories, I'm like, I get it.
Oh, see, you should have led with that one.
Well, no, because I don't think it's as strong. Kingdom Come is perfect because, like, it's not just the covers, but all the interiors are painted by Alex Ross. It's fucking gorgeous.
God, I love Alex Ross art.
It's a pinnacle of comics history, and I highly recommend everybody read it.
Fine. I'm not much on the DC side.
I know, I feel that.
Cucumber, can you post the link in the volume?
Yeah, hold on.
And the volume.
Control-C.
Turn the volume up.
Control-V. All right, everybody. So everyone in volume, that link right there is the straw poll, so you can vote, and so your vote can get counted.
So Terrence says that Deadpool is a wannabe Deathstroke, and he's not a wannabe Deathstroke. He's the response to Deathstroke, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's all the publishing back and forth bullshit, right? So it's like Moon Knight is Marvel's Batman. We've got Lobo is DC's Wolverine. Like everyone has their answer to the other publisher, and it's always been that way. Because
Black Cat is Catwoman.
Thing and like, we need to have our version of that. But like, Deadpool was specifically like them making fun of Deathstroke, right? I mean, he's the merc with the mouth to respond to like, I'm assassin and I don't even say. He has like this whole thing was that
kind of making fun of them, but doing it in a different kind of way.
Yes. So far, it's a tie. Oh no, it's not. Corey's winning. Come on! Come on! Come on, Volume. I believe in you. There's 16 of you there. You didn't all vote. I can count.
Now it's 5, 4, 3, 1.
Reed Cooper says, does Deadpool equal ambush bug? I mean, kinda. Oh, there's a new, fuck, I forgot his name. There's an X-Men I just read about, and I love him. And the idea is, his power is everyone forgets who he is the second they can no longer see him. And he's responsible. He's responsible for, like, all the Deus Ex Machina shit that's happened in, like, all of Marvel history. So he's always there, but the second he's done with his job, they forget that he was there. And I love that so much.
That's awesome.
This dude just doing his fucking job.
Funny.
If someone remembers the name of that character, let me know, because I thought it was great.
All right. Well, it looks like Corey's going to take this one by a vote.
Dumb.
Dumb.
Boo.
Alrighty.
Hiss.
Alrighty. Oh. Yep. Now it's very, very short because it's now 6-4 against.
Oh, there it is.
So. But that was off screen. So, moving on to our
off-screen
third question, which, I mean, technically we don't usually prepare for, but we did today.
We did all the preparing today.
So we have what is the worst animated superhero TV show?
I didn't dig deep enough for this now that I'm thinking about it. There's a lot worse than the one I picked. Like a lot. But of the mainstream ones, I picked what I felt was the worst.
Yeah.
So we got so Connie chose Iron Man Armored Adventures.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah.
Corey chose Teen Titans Go.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Cucumber chose The Batman.
Oh, fuck it! It's so bad.
And I chose Street Sharks.
Jossum?
Are you disqualified?
Is it not are they not
It was
superheroes?
a cartoon to sell toys.
They're not
It wasn't
superheroes,
a comic. It was a
though.
comic later, maybe, but it was a fucking...
Jossum? You're gonna...
Well, all right, let's yell about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm already not winning today anyway, so.
Way to take that give up slide. Just All right, who's going first this time?
I'll go.
Okay. And go.
Okay, so Teen Titans Go. It is the worst animated superhero TV show because of the predecessor, and it was so close and everything. Predecessor.
Sure.
Teen Titans was so amazing, and it was in depth, and the art style, the animation style was wonderful. There was levity, and it was so wonderful. And then we get Teen Titans Go, and it's just like the disappointment, the anger, and everything that everything. It could have been, should have been, and it wasn't. And just like I get so angry at the animation style. It just feels so. It feels like so much less effort went into the show. It's just like a slap in the face, right? That's why it's the worst, because it is that slap in the face. It is that like betrayal kind of thing. That's my argument. And I cede my time.
Okay.
Early honk.
Early
honk.
Now on time honk.
It happens to everybody, Corey. It happens to everybody.
All right, let's go back down the line with Cucumber.
And dead. Oh, it's me. Okay. Oh, the timer started. Fuck. Okay, so I chose The Batman. And here's the thing. I've never disliked so much about one cartoon all at once so quickly, like I think in my life. Because I love Batman. I actually love new reimaginings of Batman. I do. I like people when they take risks, have fun. Like Brave and the Bold did a great job, right? super silly, totally different tone, close to Adam West Batman, a lot of fun. The Batman didn't know what the fuck it wanted to be. The designs were super angular and gross. The voices were actually okay. Kevin Michael Richardson as the Joker was fucking bomb. I loved the sound. I didn't like the look. And like they made everyone a fighter, ruining what made all of them special, right? So it's like the Penguin is out there being a ninja and doing flips, but that's not the Penguin's bag. The Penguin's bag is to be a crime boss and outthink the Bat. Same thing with like the Riddler, right? Your job is to outthink the Bat, and you're all just doing fucking bat flips. It's boring. It's boring, you guys. The writing was shit. The writing was absolute crap.
Honk.
Alrighty. My turn. I'm already regretting my decision.
Stick with it. You got it.
Sure.
It'll be
Commit.
Jawsome.
Okay.
It'll be Jawsome.
Well,
Get in that hater
right
lane.
there. It
Just
is literally.
go for
It is one of those shows that obviously.
Was great.
Well, I don't know. I was.
Argue for yourself. Go.
It had a interesting design style, and it definitely had a originality at the time, but it literally was just to sell toys to children, and a lot of the writing.
Hold on.
Oh.
Pause timer. I'll give you extra time. Currently, our volume viewers are at 69.
Hi.
Nice.
Nice.
Everybody.
Very nice.
Join the argument if you like. I'm reading your comments, kids.
Mhm,
Oh,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
I'm giving you an extra 30 seconds, Ryan. Good fucking
Okay.
luck.
Thank you. But yeah, it's just like all of the writing was basically to give that advertisement basically to the franchise. So like kids would be saying in the schools and bring hype around the whole idea. So it just kind of fell apart up anywhere outside of just marketing. And I'm gonna just go stop.
All right, honk. But look
Yeah.
at my
Honk.
kitty. Look at this shit.
Whoa.
Psychedelic if I move fast
Wow,
enough.
wow, wow.
Right?
It really matches the background.
Where are my 3D glasses?
What?
Everybody wear their
Whoa.
3D glasses! If you can tell me what that's from, you get a gold star. But we can still move forward with the show.
Okay.
I'll just be one.
Oh, okay.
All right, Connie, let's go.
All right, I went with Iron Man Armored Adventures because it was a 3D CGI animated story about teen Tony Stark. It's Tony Stark, but is a teen. So everybody else is a teen. So is Pepper, so is Rhodey. I feel like if you had one of the most kind of adult-themed characters of the Avengers, it would be Tony, because his iconic drinking problem is what like then leads him to become a better person. But no, they made him a teen, and then the art style is so bad. It is so blocky. It is like it's one of those like old school like first person shooter games from Nintendo 64, like Perfect Dark, where they didn't spend any time in the background at all whatsoever, and then just all the movements are super blocky and chunky. And then oh god, what was the other thing? Just the only good thing about it was the Rooney intro song, because it was still one of those like iconic like beat bop songs, but that's it.
Who made Iron Man Armored Adventures?
Nicktoons. Oh, that was the other point. You can't go from Avatar: The Last Airbender art style to then frickin' this blocky crap. And it was made in the same year the Avatar ended. So it's like, you had no excuse, Nicktoons. You had no excuse.
All right, 5 minutes on the clock.
Oh, shit. Okay. Again, I think we could just kind of put Ryan's to bed, because I'm pretty sure it was just a toy vehicle like He-Man or anything else. Right?
Yeah.
It might have, again, spawned comics later, but not really.
But it was a toy
do
grab.
they even count as superheroes? Were they superheroes?
I don't know.
Mutant teens-ish, sort of.
With
I
the
mean,
Mighty
maybe Ninja Turtles.
Ducks.
That could be our threshold.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think it counts. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I never saw Iron Man. Was it Iron Man Adventures?
Armored Adventures. There was
Armored
only
Adventures.
2
That's
seasons
That
for
was
a
like the CG one,
reason.
and that had the same sort of style as like that Resistance cartoon, right? The Star Wars one, that kind of just
It has
No,
the same
but that
art
was
style
done
as if you've ever
better.
seen. if you've ever seen Ruby, like the first season, it looks, I just looked it up, it looks very similar to that, where like but the interesting thing about Ruby is that like as the seasons go on, you can tell the animators are like learning more, so like background characters now get like details and stuff instead of just shadows. It looks like, but it like if it's the same team that did Avatar, I just feel like it should have looked better. Should have looked.
I mean, it
better.
happens. I mean, Dragon Prince had some their animation suffered a little bit, but it was still really pretty. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't judge it for that, but I guess it wasn't great.
Yeah.
What's yours, Corey?
Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans Go. Yeah, I didn't like it either.
Yeah, no.
That's not
I don't know
good.
how to argue. So the argument that we're trying to make, right? Because it's the worst animated.
This is
We
the
have to
worst.
argue. Right, so we have to either argue for ourselves being the worst or one of the other
Like,
shows
why
being
yours is
better.
Being
I will
better.
say it did.
Yeah.
It did result in a very entertaining film. They got themselves
Okay.
to a point where they were able to congeal it into something that worked for their theme, their medium, and their sort of show goal. Right? Their humor finally locked it in. Right? They were able to kind of like lock the meta into the things that everybody loved in a way that the show kind of failed to do. They got there. I think Street Shark.
Yeah.
They had good toys. That's all I know. And Iron Man. Yeah, I agree. Like Iron Man Adventure. Fucking Armored Adventures.
Armored
yeah.
Adventures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Armored Adventures.
because
But yeah, it's like young versions of characters who shouldn't be young is a big problem for me in general. Like, oh, let's.
Is that also like a weird retcon? Like, I don't know when
You
Iron
wouldn't have
Man
made
until like
them.
Tony Stark
Yeah.
like met Pepper, so it's some weird like it's like weird. And is it like not like a weird imagining of like if the characters were in high school? 'Cause I don't-
I mean, it's like a
that,
weird.
You're talking about that DC thing that didn't happen but almost happened. There's
Maybe
a
that's
whole
what I'm thinking
show,
of.
like with
Oh,
pre-production, where it was
yeah,
like
there
all of the
is.
DC universe was in high school,
Yeah.
and it was weird.
Wait,
but
wasn't
like
there
I wanted to see it.
X-Men
Huh?
version?
Oh, X-Men
There was
Evolution.
X-Men Evolution.
That
in
was
high
good
school.
though. Like
No,
that show
that
was
was
actually
good.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like the best. Like if you're gonna do it, use that as your prototype.
Yeah.
X-Men Evolution fucking nailed it. That show's great.
Yeah, and then you just get Armored Adventures, which is a weird, like, horrendous version of. They were trying to make everybody teen, but it's like, how did this work out? And then everybody just looked so pixelated, and there was no background art. It was all just blocky. Ugh.
Oh no. Oh no.
I know.
I'm out of argument. I think we all know how we feel about these.
Fair Let's do it. It is now in the YouTube.
We'll open it up.
Cindy the Yummy Geek, thank you for dropping that button. I don't even know how to do that.
What is that?
It's a follow button, I think, for us. I don't know if it's for
Yeah.
Cindy. Whatever. She's here hanging out.
No,
Go follow
it's an
Cindy, too.
emoticon. It's like a GIF.
Oh,
it's like
go-
a emoticon.
like telling everyone to follow, maybe.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
so.
Corey's, but no, but did you click it and now you're following?
I did not. I had to go up there and follow.
But, oh, I
Ah,
see.
'Cause I
yeah.
clicked the button
You gotta
and
make
it
an
didn't.
account.
So I was like, oh, so I had to go up there and
All right,
click it.
there's the votey vote.
The Armored
Is it
Adventures is
emoticon?
currently winning.
We're,
Because it
We're
says Cindy
learning
got the
on
moves.
volume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Half of our 69 viewers left. I guess somebody.
Aw.
Aw.
Aw. Oh my god.
That took a second.
Connie is sweeping this one.
Just if you watch like 5 seconds of the show, you're just like, "Yep, nope, we're done here." Considering the original Iron Man movie had just come out, so it's like you know what it's supposed to look like, and then you have this thing that's not like.
Oh, Corey found the gifts. It's all.
I found the
Oh
gifts.
no!
What have you
lemon,
done?
lemon,
And life
lemon,
was
lemon.
never the same.
Making lemon juice. Making lemon juice.
I'll reset back to this one.
Oh my
All right.
gosh.
I'll give it a little bit more time, but I think it's pretty clear that Connie's likely the winner of this round and probably the entire show.
Sweet.
What?
What?
Ooh, I definitely found the gifts. Its volume is interesting. It's new. Sorry.
It's new.
Oh no! New shiny thing for Corey to play with. Run away!
But I like clicking the button.
Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba.
Oh, we're
Vote,
not even
vote,
gonna
vote,
get to the
vote,
other
vote,
2
vote,
questions.
vote, vote,
Dang
vote,
No.
vote.
Wait,
Oh,
I
my
mean, you could
squirrel
do
here.
we could do a speed round of just doing them, but I don't know. We don't have to argue about them. We could just talk
Sure.
about
Yeah, let's go.
You can
Let's
just say
go,
what
let's
it is.
go.
Yeah.
Bark, 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 and shit.
All right, so Connie, you will, I think, in 10 seconds, you're the winner.
Yay!
Nine votes against 2.
But what if the 30 people over in volume just voted right fucking now?
Just
huh?
in mass.
Oh, like right now,
Just-
though.
Right now, though.
Just-
Not that I'm calling you out or anything. Not that I don't see you right there.
We see you.
Thank you, Chris Reed Brown. I appreciate it. Thank you. Actually, and during this time, I guess while we're waiting for the vote, if you don't know us, especially those of you on Volume, we're Perception Studio. You can find us over at twitch.tv/Perception Studio, youtube.com/Perception Studio, and Percept Studio on Instagram and Twitter, and we stream all over the place. We do lots of tabletop RPG content, chat shows like this one, and we do our theater show, which we're doing later tonight, 7:30 p.m. on Twitch, where you can go and make us look like a bunch of jackasses. So just a general reminder, and we are in the middle of our partner push over on Twitch, so if you want to support us, we'd love it if you'd come and join us. We've got a very welcoming community, and you can join our Discord at discord.rollforhotness.com.
Ooh.
Ooh!
Ooh, it's fancy.
That's like the smoothest that's come out of my mouth in like 3 months.
Yeah.
That
Wow.
was nice.
You must have got some rest.
I
Or
did know.
coffee.
Oh, how I did.
All right, so I don't have those questions in anything, so I will just read them off, and I'll go back to this window.
Okay. Ooh, look, it's us, but bigger.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Bigger than we used to be.
Also get a gold star if you know what that's from. Gold star if you know what that's from.
Are you gonna tell us what the last one was?
The last what?
The last one's way harder. I'll save it for the end of the show.
Oh, okay.
But this
The
one
last
should
one
be
that you
easy
could've gotten a
90s
gold
kids.
Fantastic Four?
Nope.
Wow.
All right, so I have no answers for either of these, but you guys can have at it.
Well, you need to come up with answers. You're
No.
part of the show.
Most underrated hero, go.
Squirrel Girl!
Wait, most underrated? Oh,
Underrated.
Booster Gold.
Agent Venom.
But what?
Agent Venom. So there are a lot of people
is
that
that legless venom?
No, it's like
Like-
it's like tactical venom. So
Right.
it's Flash Thompson,
Oh.
and he actually like works in unison with the symbiote, as opposed to like one
Right.
taking over completely. They work really well together. Like
Right. But
Yeah.
didn't he get his legs blown off or something? That's why he's Agent Venom, because the Venom symbiote completed his body so he could go and do those missions.
No, I
Yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
Let Google.
You come into my house.
Who threatened my trophy?
Cucumber's right,
Flash
says Jesse.
Thompson.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's all. I read a
Yeah.
few of those. They're actually really good. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're good comics. I like them.
So what about Booster Gold?
He's a
What's
fucking
that?
delight. So he, speaking of fucking himbos, right? You got Booster Gold, who is
From
an
the
idiot
future.
sort of jackass
Yeah.
from the future
Yeah.
who stole a super suit and then went back in time thinking like we're such fucking rubes that he would just be able to become a superhero when he got here. And then he started realizing how hard it was to be a hero, and because he is not naturally a good person. So it's him and his little sidekick robot Skeets learning how to be like not just a good person, but just like kicking ass, having fun. And he's got this smarmy charm. Like the dream casting for decades has been Nathan Fillion. Like it's like basically that humor, but like a dude from the future just trying to do his best. And I
Like learning
love-
how to be good.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
Booster Gold. And he's got, speaking of Justice League, I think it was Unlimited. It might have been just the first Justice League. But that animated show has some of my best versions of all those characters. And there's I think it's a two-parter with Booster Gold, where he's like featured, right? So he's on crowd control duty. And he's just trying to impress the Justice League. Like, listen, man, like, there's jobs for everybody. Like, you are helping by being here. And he doesn't fucking believe it. So he has his own little adventure. And it's super fucking awesome. And he finally, like, learns a little self-respect by the end of the episode. You're like, oh, Booster, right? He's great. And so, like, him, and especially he often gets partnered up with Blue Beetle. as a
Blue Beetle was almost my thing, my choice, just because like Blue Beetle's just like, I don't know, it's just lovely, and like the second Blue Beetle that doesn't have powers and he's like dealing with like not having powers but still trying to hold the mantle of the Blue Beetle was really interesting. Like I just think the humor is really good.
Two of them together are so great because they're both smartasses, so they're just kind of like their banter is.
They're just sassing each other the whole time, back and forth.
That's why I boost your gold for many, many reasons, but mostly those. Basically, all of my favorite versions. Just go watch Justice League Unlimited. It's one of the greatest animated shows ever made for DC Comics. Just do it.
Just do it.
And then what about Squirrel Girl, Connie?
Oh, she is absolutely underrated because she started out as a joke character, but the more the joke went on, the more powerful she became. So like she just has this laundry list of all these supervillains that she's defeated, but nobody's ever seen it, but other people can vouch for her. MODOK, Dr. Doom, Wolverine, Thanos, Ego the Living Planet, and then there was there was another one and I can't remember, that was like a big hitter. But she's like defeated all these like big top tier characters. Like she just like walks away from Thanos's unconscious body and she's just like standing there like super cute with her little like can-do chipper attitude and a squirrel. And I love that she was the joke that now became like this really powerful character, and I would love to see something done with it, like either a TV show or like a movie where it's just kind of goofy, but it still shows her like being a badass.
Nice.
And squirrels.
Yeah, so also, Marcus Pineapple, thanks for joining the crowd. How's it going, Marcus? Necrofilm says Savage Dragon, but is he underrated? I would say he is. I think he's not known by a wide enough audience, in my humble opinion. He is. I love him. He's super cool, but yeah. I don't think he hasn't gotten quite the spotlight he deserves yet.
Nice. All right. Well, we could move on to the other question. All right. So the other question to finish out the day was, who was the best Robin and why?
Who's going first?
Whoever wants to take it.
Dick Grayson, fight me. Come on. I mean, fucking good luck, everybody else. Dick
Okay,
Grayson.
I'll counter that with a Tim Drake.
He's all right. He's just fucking diet Dick Grayson. That's all he is.
No, he's
the Dick Grayson who didn't know when to fucking quit. That's what he was.
Yeah, exactly. See, he came in when Batman needed him most because it was after Jason Todd had already died, so he needed somebody there to kind of pick up the pieces because, like the Doctor, Batman always needs a Robin, so there always needs to be that companion, and Tim Drake voluntarily stepped up and became that for Batman versus Dick Grayson, where he just became orphaned, and then Batman's like, oh, here, come here, I'm just gonna take you in.
Yeah. But here's the thing about Dick Grayson is he learned agency and how to be a fucking adult, and then he went over to take care of, instead of centralizing on Gotham, which is what Batman continues to do with all his Robins, Dick Grayson is like, you know what, I'm going to take care of another city that's having trouble instead of just focusing on your own fucking hometown, Batman. I'm going to go take care of Bloodhaven, which has its own set of problems. Whereas all the other Robins are like, Gotham, yeah, aha!
Well, because there always needs to be that counterbalance to Batman, and then the only other person for Ra's al Ghul to have called someone a detective, which is what he calls Batman, is Tim Drake, because Tim Drake was the first person to figure out that both Bruce Wayne and Dick Grayson was Batman and Robin, because he figured out that Dick Grayson's super, like, signature triple backflip acrobatic move, and then he put it together, and then he went and figured it out. So he was actually smarter than Dick.
So he did what anyone on TikTok could do today.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy who's like, I know how tall you are by the cup you're holding in your hand. Like, I mean, that's Tim Drake. That's all he's doing. He's just focusing his energies in weird places.
Yeah, he doesn't have the flippy acrobatics that Dick Grayson had, but then he put it in towards being a better detective, and then when Batman wasn't around, he became Gotham's greatest detective.
Greatest? Next to the Bat? Also, Willie Brandon, thanks for joining the crowd.
It's because they thought Batman was dead, so he was the current greatest living detective. because they thought Batman was dead. And so
Sure.
the only other person that was going to take up the mantle was going to be Tim Drake. And then even if you wanted to kind of include the other, like, Earth 52 possibilities, he also becomes Batman Beyond when Terry McGinnis dies.
So Corey has Jason Todd to throw into this.
That was my other one.
I mean, maybe Jason Todd with a helmet. Otherwise,
Because look, I understand he dies, but then he comes back, and then he's Red Hood, and then he has Red Hood adventures. Like, I think that that storyline is really freaking awesome. Like,
Yes.
best Robin, he's a good Robin. He has tragic death. He comes back, still is like a badass.
that bitch was not a good Robin. Jason Todd was fucking disturbed. He had
He
issues.
was a hothead.
He was
but
a problem.
As Red Hood, he became fucking smarter than Batman because he was doing things that Batman couldn't do because he had his moral code and couldn't kill Joker.
He's
He went
without
out, and
a
then,
moral
you know,
compass, and he would
and then-
beat the ever-loving shit out of the
And then
bad
also
guys.
Jensen Ackles voiced Red Hood, so hey,
Yeah,
yes.
I mean, Under the Red Hood, also one of the best animated things ever
Yeah.
put to.
Yes.
He goes out and he makes his own little band, the Outlaws, right? It was the
Yeah,
Outlaws.
yeah.
Yeah,
No, Red Hood's a
yeah.
badass.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
But as far as the best Robin goes, that bitch was not. He was not a good Robin.
Yes.
No. That's the guy who like punches holes in walls at your workplace. That's Jason Todd. Like that is not
Kyle. He's a Kyle. That's not. we don't want
Yeah,
Yeah.
look at Chad.
that.
Apologies.
Oh,
Chad.
no.
Chad.
Sorry.
uh,
No,
did you
this is
get
what I
Ryan?
was just enjoying. I was enjoying the back and forth, so it was okay.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah,
I'm very passionate about this particular topic. Someone mentioned Stephanie Brown in the chat, and I would agree. She's really, really good. However, she did not get enough time.
Yep.
Same thing with.
Same
Oh God,
Carrie Kelly.
Yeah, Carrie Kelly. Same thing.
So people are saying Harley Quinn was a Robin.
That's over my head. I'm old. I don't know.
No.
What hasn't Harley Quinn done at this point, right? She's
That's true.
She's slowly
Okay.
turning into DC's Deadpool. She's just fucking everywhere, which isn't
Yeah.
bad. I love Harley, and I love what they've done to her. I think she's a more fully fledged character now. But I just, she's a lot, and she's everywhere. People need to breathe. Don't waste her.
True.
Yeah, oversaturation.
It's a thing, but apparently not with Batman. You could have a bunch
It's
of him,
there's
whatever.
two different things.
Here's the thing with Batman, right? It's like telling a story about like Hercules or something, right? People are gonna do it in 1,000 different ways because he's been so established that anyone can take their take on him, and it's still a valid take because he's already been defined. So everything else is a riff on the
Right.
definition, right? So to me, that's
Right,
not
it's just I'm
oversaturation.
over it. I'm over the riffs. I'm over them.
Hi, girl. Look at she.
I'm in my lane.
Damn.
Which is right next to mine.
Whoa.
Jesus.
I'm next to Connie in her Superman hate lane.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah, sorry. We
Cop
got off
battling.
topic again because I'm still.
It's all on topic.
Apparently Terry McGinnis doesn't die. He just goes missing for a while. But still, it's like he's the
McGinnis
go-to
is dead. He
replacement
just
for
went
whenever
home.
Batman goes missing.
Yeah, you know the best replacement for Batman when that fucker went missing? Cassandra Cain. Not a Robin though, so not in this argument. Cassie Cain, favorite Batgirl. Badass. She's a badass.
Damn. It's true. It is true.
All right. So Connie, do we have a topic for next week?
No.
Around the room, where are the things?
Green screen isn't gonna help me here.
Also, for those of you joining us, we don't always argue about comic books. That was just the theme for the day. We change the theme every week, so even if you have suggestions, throw them in the chat because maybe Connie needs a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to hear us talk about?
Yell about. We don't talk
Yell
here.
about.
No.
Yell about.
There's
Yell
a
about.
slight bit of structure to our day, and that is about it.
Yeah. Corey, have you read Hush?
Ooh, that's a good one.
What's it about?
So you actually touched on the subject matter a little bit. Oh wait, actually not as much. Sorry, Hush is good. I don't want to spoil it, but it's a good one. The art's all done by Jim Lee. The writing is Jeff Loeb, and it's a good fucking time. It's 2 volumes, 2 like trade paperback volumes.
Okay.
It's a good time.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Let's see. Ooh. Oh, Mr. Shadows did a good one. Anime. I'm gonna narrow that down.
Okay.
My Hero Academia.
Okay.
Shit, that means I have to watch it.
Oh yeah, gotta go watch some fucking cartoons.
Yeah.
I don't know. All right.
Let me know if you need a Funimation login.
And Connie, what would you like your trophy to be?
Oh god, we were superheroes today.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Squirrel
Yeah. Squirrel girl. So like either like a squirrel girl tail or like her little.
Either a squirrel or a girl.
like a
Tail.
squirrel.
Yeah, exactly. Some combination of the two.
Nuts.
No preference whatsoever.
Alrighty. Thank you all very, very much for helping us decide who the Master Debater of the Week was. Connie, the winner. Deciding our topic for next week of My Hero Academia.
Yes.
Tune in just an hour and a half over on our Twitch channel at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time, where we will be doing a couple plays from the X-1 radio series from the 1950s.
Yes.
So
Thank you
you'll.
for the amps, Adele. Thank you.
So we'll be we have a cast of 5 tonight, and we will be joined by one of our other felted friends, Brian, as well as very definitely honorary felted friend Maddie.
Hey, we didn't scare her off! Yay! Yay!
And also our other good friend Ian will be joining us.
Yay, the bearded one.
The bearded one.
The
returns.
Beso Besto. I gotta come up with more terms for it.
Wait, that's not
But yeah, so you'll be able to donate to have us do silly voices and sing our lines. So it's a really good time, and we make the 1950s weirdness even better.
Yes, they're a product of their time, and we call it the bullshit when it happens. So come and join us.
Yep.
Have some laughs. It's gonna be a good time. We'll see you there. Twitch.tv/Perception Studio. Make sure you go give us a follow over there. Discord.rollforhotness.com if you want to catch up with everything that we're doing across all platforms, and also just hang out, join our community, have a great time. Percept Studio everywhere else. See you later.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
All right.
Please.